Oh!
And the only time it went bad, I hit a piece of metal and the thing blew apart.
Oh,
like
nice.
An engineering diagram.
So we did this thing at CES last year. This coworker of mine in the Last Gadget Standing.
Oh, yeah.
You've ever been to that?
I've never been.
So he does this whole thing, he films it and chucks it across the lawn. Of course, my heart just stopped for a second. Like, please don't break. Please don't break. Yeah. So I never met him face to face. We got introduced, and then we did a thing with.
It was around South by.
With them at South by Southwest. Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
Very cool.
It worked really well.
Cool.
Lord knows how much you spent, but it worked really well.
No, it wasn't.
So, let's start off with kind of the obvious but easy question: what happened? Why did this all start? Why, 3 or plus years ago? Because remember when streaming was, a lot of money, and you'd get a box that big on the internet, and you'd see something in it, and it kind of looked like video. What happened that got this going and that got everybody so passionate? I guess I'll start with you, Shlomo, and we'll work our way around.
I think what happened was RSS with enclosures. I think once that happened, a lot of people were who were in the know already of distributing content in general online really kind of tuned into, actual podcast distribution is there. That in the iTunes store, even though they bury independent media way back in the, might as well call it the roped over porno section of the night. I think that's, the porno section of the iTunes store is actually the independent media person. But I think those two things are really what tied people together. That and having laptops like this is a webcam built right in. People could YouTube style on top to it. I think between the three of them, that's what it was.
For me, what happened was the kind of the downfall of journalism, so to speak, or at least not the downfall of journalism, the downfall of journalism's money situation, because I wasn't working in a journalistic way. I went to Columbia Journalism School. I was going to be this newspaper reporter, blah, blah, blah. And then I was working as a tech reporter, and then I quit / got fired, which is like every job I've ever had. And then I couldn't get another job that wasn't gonna pay, it was paying like $30,000, $28,000, because newspapers are all going out of business. And so I was like, screw it, I can do this myself and have more fun, have no boss, and make no money, which was, I could be working for a jerk boss, have to do 2 stories a day I don't care about, and also make no money. So I chose to do it for fun. And I don't know what Eddie did on the website. It seems easy, like he just put it up like that night. So obviously, for us it was Blip plus WordPress equals blog. Back then, it was 2005. Now I think it's much more, you can do a show as opposed to a video blog that's, reverse chronology, which we're still stuck in that. So I don't know if we'll change it.
JD?
I think my answer to your question is the big thing that has happened is that the power of media has shifted from big institutions, from big media, from Hollywood, to us, to regular folks who now have a platform, the web, and the tools, whether it's a flip camera or carrying around your cell phone with a little video capability in it, or the iPhone. And look what's happened in just the last 3.5 years. 3.5 years ago, YouTube didn't exist. We thought of video as something you watch, on MTV, right? And now video is like a central, integral part of the social media ecosystem. So I didn't want to let this pass without mentioning that. I think what's really important here is that it's not just that we're all creating, that there's this explosion of creativity of anybody being able to create personal media and video, but now you can plug it in, like Shlomo said with RSS. You can have a global distribution platform. There's an entire social media component to this, so that it's not, you're creating a video and then it's stuck on your computer or up on one website. It sort of gets spread out there virally through your friends, through networks, through different kinds of platforms and sharing tools. That's just, it's really incredible.
And Scott, I know that, Flip's been around for about a year or so, but in a way, I'd say, and I don't owe you anything, I'd say that Flip has sort of put a new flow into this again, because these things show up at parties all the time. They show up at, you know, what happens in Vegas goes on Facebook is the new joke. So I mean, Larry's in the front row recording with a Flip. It's a cool thing, and I mean, it's great that you're on our panel, and at the same time, I mean, this really has made a change. So I mean, maybe talk from the last year even what's changed because of this kind of a thing.
Yeah, you know, thank you. As much as I'd love to take, and we would love to take credit for the explosion in video sharing online, I think we'd like to think that we've contributed to it by creating a simple mass market solution for people to capture and share video. I also think from a consumer perspective, one of the real sociological trends we saw start to form as a result of this more accessible technology, both hardware and software, and particularly on the web, was this, to your point, Chris, this willingness of the online community, I think particularly in, let's say, the 15 to 25-year-olds who, if you look at the way the iPod took off, I think these are very much the people who have become the trendsetters, and Apple has very much targeted them to lead the way and everyone else has followed. And I think they became very free and willing to share their lives online, whether it was YouTube, Facebook, MySpace, and that unleashed this whole new mindset of, hey, you know, I'm going to make my life an open book. And with that, I think so you had this one trend of people being interested and willing to do that, and then the other hand, you had some technology that made it simpler. And if you look at the convergence of those two, you start seeing a lot more media that's readily accessible online.